Been a while since we whipped out the old podcast microphones.
A good amount of things have happened.
I wouldn't say that much has happened.
Namely, we're divorced.
Well, see you later.
Podcast is over. No, we're not divorced. We moved to Florida, and then we moved back from Florida, and then probably the most shocking thing of all, we got a cat. And she is the literal, I have to say this in a whisper because I feel like I'm betraying a lot of best friendships, but she is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I love her so much, and everyone who wants a puppy should probably try a cat first because they are everything that a dog is, and
Just
in
better.
a positive way, everything that a dog is not. They're so quiet. They're so demure, agile, mostly quiet. I can't hear them walk or breathe. I don't really smell her.
The
Dallin
cat,
even
so
likes
far
her.
I like the cat a lot more than I thought I would like cats. She's literally cleans up after herself, came pre-potty trained. She's so quiet and just keeps, it's like a calming presence in our house. And whenever we see her, it's like, oh, there's the cat. Maybe she'll come say hi. Maybe she won't.
It's a whole podcast in and of itself, the cat saga, because I almost got a kitten once. I was all like brave of my own accord. I was like, just because Dallin doesn't like a cat doesn't mean I can't get a cat. He's fine. And then
It really stressed me out because I thought we were going to move to Florida,
which we did.
And
But
already had two dogs,
his-
and we had just got a new couch or whatever.
His
I was
stance-
stressing about cat really
the words
complicating
he
things.
used, his stance was like, if we get one more animal, our home will be disgusting. A cat is the last thing I want of any creature.
Maybe some emotions were involved
And I was
and
like,
heightened the words I used a little bit.
I literally can't fathom feeling so strongly about bringing another of God's creatures into our home. But I canceled the kitten.
I've repented. We got a cat. Probably the cattiest of cats in a good way.
I just like want to worship her.
Me too.
That's how I
think we
feel.
will. And so we've started a new religion. The real reason we brought you all here today.
I have like all these weird feelings when I look at her, just like, I love you so much.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Good.
Okay, well,
There's probably a lot more podcasts to devote to that. But for this one, we are going to debrief the past year.
do you have notes? I have
notes. I have lots of questions that everybody has been asking. And I have a whole outline. And this is how this podcast is going to go down. First off, we're going to talk about the dream, why we moved there. We're going to talk about the honeymoon phase. We're going to talk about when the honeymoon ended. And then we're going to talk about why we moved back, the lessons we've learned, and some rapid fire Q&A from the Dashley fam.
Okay, I wrote something.
What?
I like journaled about
Is this a preamble?
This is why we moved. This is my explanation of why we moved.
Okay.
And I'm just going to read it verbatim because, okay, Dal and I were restless and we were afraid of wasting this crazy opportunity that we have to live anywhere in the world. And when you have that, it's so cool, but it's also, it makes you restless where you just have this feeling of, hold on, is there something better out there? Like, am I choosing to stay? Is me choosing to stay saying no to like better things for my family? Like the things like people dream about, like we could go live at the beach. We could go live in Maine. We could go anywhere. And are we dumb for just staying here in this little Utah town? That was kind of the feeling I had, just like this unknown, but probably there's something way better out there. That was just always in the back of our heads. And one day we just kind of started listening to it more. And when we started,
There were multiple podcasts about should we move to Florida,
it was
and
just
vlogs.
always like nagging at us. Like, is this it? Is this where we're going to die? Like, I grew up in Georgia, came to Utah for college, married Dallin. He had basically only ever been to Colorado and Utah. And we just settle 5 hours south of where it all started. Is that like the end? Is that the map of our life journeys? So we just started thinking about it, where we would go. And the one place we both kind of agreed on, and it makes me feel dorky to say this.
What? Orlando.
Is Orlando.
I love you, Orlando.
I thought I loved the beach. And I thought I would love taking our kids there. And I thought it would be, and it would be cool to live closer to my family and be able to road trip up to them in Georgia.
Who hasn't thought about moving next to Disney World after going and having a great time there for 5 days or whatever? Yeah, that's it. Which of these has not had that thought? If you somewhat enjoy Disney World and you go have an amazing time at the like world-class theme parks, and then you come back to where you live and you're like, well, damn.
Why don't we
What do
live
I
there?
what am I doing here?
Like, what-
And why am I not there? Which of you have not had that thought?
Yeah, like I take the kids to the Children's Museum. This little cute dinky made inside of an old pioneer school children's museum, or we go to the same parks.
Turns out we love it.
We just go to the same walks. And it was just, I think when you have little kids, and I feel like we're in a completely different stage now that Violet is 4 versus when she was 2 and we were making these decisions. When you have little kids, and we had little kids for like the last 6 years, you do a lot of the same little thing like over and over and over again. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful and it's touching, but it's also monotonous. And it just like, it felt intoxicating to be like, we could just live there and we could go to the beach in an hour.
Yeah, and we're in this crazy, magical, privileged position where we work from home, we work for ourselves. So after much debate and going back and forth and literally going back and forth multiple times to like check out the area, consider places, look at some houses, as well as looking at places like Austin, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Washington, like Pacific
Looked at all the
Northwest.
places with no state income tax.
And no state income tax was another thing we were thinking about. And we were finally like, let's freaking do it. Let's go to Orlando.
The word is intoxicating. Like the idea that we could just, if we were bored, instead of walking to the park, we could just get in the car and drive 12 minutes, 15 minutes and be at the Animal Kingdom or Hollywood Studios. And
I will say,
this day,
after all this, that was pretty great.
No, like I truly I miss that.
Yeah.
I loved like just driving to Hollywood Studios and being there for 2 hours and doing like, even just walking around. Like there are so few places in this world where I, as like a girl who like watched every episode of Law and Order SVU multiple times, can just walk around at night and feel safe.
Yeah.
And like, it was so fun. Like I could go by myself at night with the kids, and there's like very few places where I as a mom feel safe going at night with little kids without Dallin. And it was really cool to have this extremely safe, very like family friendly. I would tell everyone like there's a bathroom every 10 feet. There's a trash can. There's food. You literally don't need to bring anything. It's so conducive to just like getting out if you're a mom and going for a walk in Disney World. Like that was a whole new thing I experienced, going for mom walks with the kids.
Date nights.
Just
I think we're jumping into the honeymoon phase. Did we adequately cover why we left?
I think
Feeling restless, feeling like I was born and raised here. I feel like we've been uber focused on doing what we should do our whole life, and now we finally kind of like come into ourselves in our 30s and are like, do we really just want to live in Utah?
It was just like we need to try something else, or else we'll always
wonder what if.
Like almost regret that we hadn't, even though like turns out like, at least for me, like I really love home basing here. It's
a great, safe, chill place with like the sweet house that we bought. Like if you've seen it on Instagram, it was hundreds of thousands less than the home we were building in Florida,
which was so nice.
And it's bigger and a bigger backyard. And it's just, cost of living there was a little bit different than we thought it would be.
I like being, it's easier, I feel like, to be a family here.
You think?
Not like it's hard to be a family there. I just think I didn't know how family friendly Utah was until I left. And just like little things. I don't even know. Like wide sidewalks. And there's literally like 30 9, maybe 50 parks in our town. Like there are so many parks. And
Swig.
you know what
Thirst.
Florida doesn't have? Splash pads. There are, compared to Utah, there are almost no splash pads.
I mean,
Do you
they've
know where all
got
the splash pads are at?
Volcano Bay.
Right.
We've got
All the splash pads are at the daycare centers. All the daycare centers have splash
interesting.
pads. So if you don't go to daycare, good luck.
everybody's got neighborhood pools and pools in their backyard.
Stupid reason.
I know. It's just different there.
Yeah, it's just
Everybody's got their own splash pad.
okay. Should we go into like all the things we loved?
Did
and
we
all
cover
the
why
things
we? I
hated?
think we pretty much
We
covered.
loved-
We wanted to do
we
something
had
crazy.
wanderlust.
We felt wanderlust is a good word. We just felt the need to get out and do something big for ourselves. I'd say it's a
I
first,
think
third
we were-
life crisis.
We were bored. I think we were just kind of like.
Yeah.
I think leaving made me appreciate the things that made me bored,
Mm-hmm.
and we can get into that more. And
It
now,
sounds cheesy, but
now when I'm like
home
doing
is
it,
where
I'm
the
like,
heart is.
Oh, it's so quiet and
Yeah.
boring here. Like, isn't it cute?
I know. Okay, so the honeymoon phase. Let's talk about the honeymoon
I
phase.
truly
Did you
think-
have a honeymoon
I
phase,
think
or did you start not liking it right away?
I
We had
never-
things that were
this
like,
is the thing, Dal. Like,
eh, and
it
that we would brush
wasn't-
over.
I never didn't like it. I think if we had moved to Florida, when I tried to move to Florida every time during our marriage, or Georgia, like when we first moved to St. George, I think I could have easily moved to Florida.
Yeah.
If we had moved then, I think we would have stayed.
You think?
Well, I think I would have had no St. George to compare it to. Like I wouldn't have this like, oh, St. George was so great.
George
I
is
would
pretty
have
great.
only had Salt Lake, and I know, like, I have a burning testimony that I don't thrive in Salt Lake. It's just too cold. I can't do the long winter. Like every warm day in Salt Lake, I become more and more depressed because as you hit summer, it's one day closer to winter. It
That
feels like
was
this
a vicious
fleeting,
cycle for
like
you
sand in one of those
that did
time
not
turners.
do great things for our vibes
Hold on.
as a family.
I'm falling down.
Technical break. While I'm fixing our microphones, I thought this was a perfect time to talk about today's sponsor of the podcast, Getaway Today. We use Getaway Today for planning every single vacation of ours, whether it's a cruise, or going to a resort, or a theme park. They have experts that answer any question. They have concierge service that can handle reservations for you. Here are some of the current promos happening right now for early Black Friday. They're doing cool stuff at Disneyland like adults at kids prices, or booking bonuses like up to $50 off on packages. They're doing these same great deals at Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort as well. For Disney cruises, they're doing 50% off your deposit plus some extra onboard credit for you to have some fun on the ship. For Royal Caribbean, they're doing 60% off your second guest plus kids sell free plus other cool offers to sweeten the deal. There are so many other deals and details. I will put the link to getawaytoday.com in the show notes of this podcast and the description on social media. You can also call them at 1-855-GETAWAY and tell them the Dashleys sent you. Go browse their current vacations, book your next escape, or if you just want that little dopamine hit from adding a vacation to your cart, click the link, go over, do that now. Anytime you book directly through our link, you save a little bit more and you support our channel. So thank you very much for using our link. All right, back to the Florida saga. Let's talk about the honeymoon phase, the stuff that we loved right away, the stuff we dived into. What did we love about it?
I need to like put this out there. Like Florida is a dream in so many ways. Like everything has its pros and everything has its cons. I'm not under the impression that Utah is perfect by any means. I just kind of chose Utah's cons and pros over Florida's. The weather is a dream. I think the weather there,
Particularly
even-
winter, 6 months, that chunk of winter, we arrived in early December.
I could.
That was like Donald Trump. The weather, it was great.
And honest, the summer was better than summers in St. George. People are always like, you're going to hate the humidity. And I literally don't care.
It got a little swampy sometimes. Like if you're doing things out here that is like mildly exerting yourself, your sweat is like evaporating. It's not like drenching you out there. The second you step outside, you start sweating and you're just sweaty all day.
It's not a big, it's compared to the heat where we now live again. The summer I thought was
No,
easier.
the heat wasn't any worse than St. George.
I thought the
heat
summer
itself.
was easier. The heat was not as bad. And I don't mind humidity. It's hard the only hard thing is you're like outside and you're acclimated and you're doing okay. Like maybe you're hot, but when you go inside, it feels like you're walking into a blast
Air
freezer.
conditioning, yeah, is so cold.
So like even if
I
I'm
like that. Ashley
boiling
does not like
hot,
that.
I still like want a sweater sort of.
We moved back and Violet immediately has bloody noses, like
Yeah.
multiple,
The-
like every night.
Going
My hands are all dry again.
Yeah, we're having to be really on top of our
Buying lotion again.
skin taking care of
Lame.
priorities.
Yeah. So we loved the weather in the winter and the humidity was fine.
The humidity was a pro for my body.
Yeah.
But it was a con for
BO.
for the home.
Oh, for the home too.
Our dishwasher
and dishes.
We
Everything
make it
molded.
Cancer. There was so much black mold in the dishwasher, and I don't know how to take care of that.
I did the baking soda vinegar thing all the time,
but it immediately
and it
came
hardly
back.
just was always stinky.
Probably we should have like gotten in there and scrubbed it. I just was like, we're not gonna.
It was a rental house too, and we probably would have. I don't know if the water, like the Florida water, the sulfur water that tastes
shower
like
was
the
like
center of the earth. We'd probably have more of a whole home water filter situation. I'm sure a lot of Floridians
natural
have
Florida water. Our kids got used to it, but it is like drinking out of a brackish.
Yellowstone National Park.
Yes, sulfury.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about living near Disney. How was it?
It was great. Pros and cons, and I think it like is probably Florida's like 17 different countries all in one state. Like as far as like Orlando is like it's a little like micro community where like people who live in Orlando, their life kind of revolves around theme parks.
Disney is like the main thing to do there, and Universal, and then there are other.
But then like Tampa
little
people have
tourist things that are trying to piggyback off all the tourists being there. And then the neighborhoods have like little parks, and there's like urban air open in Hamlin, and there's some local things for,
but
locals.
Like for Orlando,
the main attraction is basically Disney World
and I'm
Universal.
sure like if you live in Miami, it's different. Like you have the beach, you have other things, and if you live in Tampa, again, you have the beach and other things.
Everybody is strongly opinionated on whether Orlando's a good place to live or if you should have moved to like Tampa.
I just think like our experience, I just wanted to put it out there, is very Orlando centric.
Yeah, and I think there's different Floridas. There's like Miami, Florida.
Right, that's what
Orlando,
I was saying.
Florida.
It's like 17 different countries.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't understand.
There's
I was like, it is
country
diverse.
Florida. No, it's so different everywhere. Like our experience in Orlando like is very different from someone who lives in like Jacksonville or like horse country.
Yeah.
I forgot what that place was called. Or the Keys or just the middle of the forested.
There's a lot of different types of Florida.
Yeah.
There really are. Anyways, yeah, we took the Orlando version and everything that came with it. So living next to Disney is pretty much the main thing to do. There are like some state parks which are really beautiful. We went to one, Blue Springs State Park, and saw manatees. How magical was that?
It was magical.
We saw like stacks on stacks of alligators through Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive.
That
was really pretty.
Everyone is scared of Florida people aren't. Florida people could care less about an alligator. They protect them. And like I thought it would be scarier for me, but I really enjoyed them. I feel like they're a cool animal, and
I thought it was cool too.
I liked it's kind of serene to see an alligator out there sunning itself. I used them kind of as
it's like a blast from ancient Earth.
Yeah, it's kind of like wow.
You're like, man,
there's a lot of those moments in Florida where you're
this is what it was like 200
look at that
million
enormous
years ago.
Bird just walking around, or oh wow, like a soft shell snapping turtle is just crossing the sidewalk right now.
And people in Florida love and care about wildlife a lot. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's funny how the politics are weird there. It's like some things that are conservative, some things that were traditionally like Democrat things that happen all at once in Florida.
Nature,
they love
which I love.
Conservation and like the nature, and it's really cool.
The sandhill cranes.
You had the manatee license plate.
I do. I still do.
And we still do because we registered our cars through 2027.
So I support the manatees. Are we talking about pros or cons?
We were talking about living next to Disney.
Okay, loved it. Loved going to the parks. It did.
Did the magic fade? A lot of people asked
us
this, and it was the main question we asked people that live next to Disney World. That was like one of our main fears, because we were really looking forward to like having Disney World as a main thing to go do often.
It did and it didn't. For us, for our kids all except for Violet, George and James just did not want to go ever.
James was more of a
6 months
good
in.
sport than George got kind of tired. George got overwhelmed more easily with crowds.
But
and
even James, like we'd be like, guess
James
what we're doing
James
today?
would love it in short bursts.
And they'd be like, I really hope it's not going to Disney World.
Which is weird. I'm like,
like,
you'll be grateful for this.
No
You know
child
how many
of
kids would
mine.
love this?
Yeah. So for the kids, yes. If you want to move to Disney for your kids, you just maybe don't, unless they're just like Violet. If you go when they're little, maybe Violet loved it when they're little. I think all of our kids would have loved it every day when they were little.
For you, did the magic fade? The magic.
In a way, I felt like when you go to Disney and you're on vacation and you don't go every day, you go and you play along. I didn't realize how much I was playing along. And you're like, like even in your head a little bit, like when you look at Buzz, you kind of like believe it's Buzz walking around. Or like you kind of believe you're like in a kingdom, and like you play along mentally.
They set it all up like that.
And you're
especially the magic.
You don't realize like how much of a show it is, but going every day, it kind of is weird to be like, oh, they did that yesterday. Like they said that exact same thing yesterday. Like you kind of imagine the fireworks not being the same every single day, or the parade not like when you're watching the parade and one of the dancers like twinkles their eyes at you and like, woohoo, you're like, that doesn't happen every day. That just happened because of me. I'm trying to think, like you kind of started seeing the behind the scenes more than the show.
I don't know.
Like it. Okay.
Me,
So like for example, I learned this trip that the freaking tree of life on the safari ride is a fake cement tree.
And so are the ostrich eggs.
Okay. And every time I went on vacation, they say this thing every time in front of the tree on the Animal Kingdom ride.
They've stopped saying it.
And they're like, well, they say it if it's backed up. They talk about the plants when they're backed up and they have to stop. They'll be like, let's talk about this tree right here.
Yeah.
But they're like, it sometimes blooms. It only blooms once a year. And every time in my head, I'd be like, one day I'm going to be here.
When it blooms.
I'm going to be here when the leaves are out. And it was like 20 rides in that I was like, Del, is this a fake tree? And he was like, yeah, Ash, it's a fake tree.
It's fake.
I don't know.
The animals are real.
Just things like that where like things you didn't notice before, you start noticing and you're like, wait, that's not even real water in the waterfall up there.
I loved noticing all those things and just seeing the show go on every day. I liked the show.
I like it too.
I would say for me personally, the magic did not fade, but the novelty did. I would differentiate there. The novelty did wear off after a while, and for the first 6 months, you're like,
wow,
large crowds, small crowds, it doesn't matter. You just want to go there, be there. But after a while, it's like, it's a really busy day today. I don't know if I want to go over there. Magic Kingdom, even if we live right next door, we lived in Waterley neighborhood. It's just right on the other side of 425. You go down to Western Way and you just drive right into Disney World. It would still take us 45 minutes to get to the front gates of Magic Kingdom because of just driving there and then parking and then taking the tram to the TTC and then taking going through security and then taking the monorail around Seven Seas Lagoon. And now you're at Magic Kingdom.
No, the novelty for Magic Kingdom wore off real fast. And I was like,
but once you're
we're
there,
not going there.
It's just like, I love the escape. It's not like any one character it's just more like the escape and being in a cool environment with interesting rides and food, and you're surrounded by a bunch of excited people. The excitement in the air is like really cool, and I love the show and I love watching it. I love learning everything about it. I love imagining what Walt Disney would think about it if he was able to see his Vacation Kingdom like version 2, like the real big one after they had the budget for it. I like thinking about all those things, and I really loved being there. But the novelty wore off a little bit, but the magic for me never did. So if you're like a true Disney fan, true Disney, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. The magic will probably not fade, but novelty will, and you'll be a little less tolerant of crowds perhaps. And, but you'll just, the things that you enjoy go levels deeper, like, oh, that's different today. Oh, they made this change. Oh, I learned this one fun little fact of this one small section of the park that I didn't know before. And you learn things like, oh, the Monkey and Jungle Cruise is holding a map of the Disneyland Jungle Cruise, and that's really cool. And like little things, you enjoyed the deeper levels of knowledge about the parks and the history. And I loved learning all that and studying books and I loved all that.
And it was fun to like have the ins and outs. Like we knew the best fireworks spots and we knew the best paths to get around crowds. And we knew like if this ride is showing this amount of time for their wait line, like that's a lie. Like
we got good at walking through crowds too.
Yeah.
Like when friends or family would come to visit, they were like, you guys, we're just like following you. And you managed like weaving through crowds so well.
People are lollygagging. First timers I'm like, get a move on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say this as far as magic changing. I think the reason the magic goes away a little bit is because like we didn't facilitate the magic as much. If you're going on vacation, or at least if we're going on vacation, you better believe we're getting fast passes for every day. And you better believe that we're eating out while we're there and we're getting treats. And if the kids want a candy, we're getting them a candy. And like, oh, look, there's Winnie the Pooh's bakery. Let's get a tiger tail.
This is slowly morphing into, and I totally agree with you, the when the honeymoon started to end, maybe.
Well, like if you're living there, like that's so fun to do, but it's also like there comes a point where you kind of have to be like
strictly for budgetary reasons, we got to back off a little bit, guys.
We're not buying we didn't buy fast passes. I think we bought them like one time.
We would say maybe one day we'll do a full-on day
like
where
a fast
we buy
pass
fast
day.
Passes, but we never actually did that because
we
we're
were
always
like
going
sometimes
a few
I
hours
felt
here,
like a peasant,
few
like
hours
watching
there.
the vacation families like ding in their fast pass, and I was like,
Oh,
kids, this is our line. One day we'll get a fast pass again. Or like, like I would pack lunches, and it's really like sucky to eat a home packed lunch when like 30,000 people are like getting a Mickey waffle, and I'm like, here's your sandwich.
Eat your friggin' PB&J and love it.
Eat your sandwich, and I have like
protein bars and
I have this melted protein bar from yesterday that
meat sticks,
100 degrees.
Yeah.
So I think it's more magical with a fast pass and like buying food.
There are a lot of things about Disney that are more magical as a vacation rather than swinging over.
Like it's not super fun to go to Disney. I could see why the kids were sort of like, ugh, when we were like the pep talk walking in is like, we're not buying anything. We're not getting any candy. We're not getting any treats. We're not buying any toys.
Yeah.
Daddy wants to ride Rock and Roller Coaster.
We're waiting this line. James was my theme park buddy. She became a thrill seeker. She loved Tron. At the beginning she didn't. She loves Tron, Rock and Roller Coaster. She always loved Tower of Terror. One of the things that never faded was like one-on-one time with kids, like swinging over for a daddy-daughter date.
And I think like those are magical because it's one-on-one, but you also treated those dates like vacation, where it was like,
get a little treat.
You can get a little treat. You can get a little toy. You guys are in charge. Like it's different when you treat it like
it's just easier with one kid
place.
Though too, because you can focus on only them. And
Dallin and I got to the point.
When we bring all the kids, it's like this one wants to do that one doesn't want to do that, this one's hungry, that one needs to go pee. It's almost better without kids.
Well, Dallin and I were like, this is magical, guys.
Yeah.
Someone was always unhappy every time, and as a parent who's like living their dream, we've moved to Disney, and me and Dallin are like, it's so great.
It's so fun.
And to have like 1 to 2 kids always being like, can we go home now? Like,
it's just a drag after a while.
We were
it's
like,
hard.
don't you know this is our dream?
Yeah.
Like, don't you know mommy and daddy have worked every day of our lives? Maybe hope this could one day happen.
I know.
And like, not that they ruined it. Like, we're a family unit. We just we thought, and I feel naive that we were like, they're gonna love this every day. But
I mean, this is when the novelty started to fade a little bit, and when you zoom out and see like big picture type thing, what you're actually doing at Disney, a lot of it is standing in a line or overpaying for stuff.
And I always knew like it had to be more than Disney. Yeah. So the second we got there, I was like on top of getting the kids in programs like art class and gymnastics and karate. Like I wanted them to feel like they had a life outside of Disney. This sounds so dumb. I wanted to like love our town as much as we love Disney. I didn't want it to be
let's talk about things we loved about Florida itself and not Disney.
Okay, we loved the creatures.
Waking up in the morning seeing a sandhill crane or 2 or 3 in our backyard.
I saw so many bluebirds and so many cardinals. Here in Utah, when you see a cardinal, it's like
Yeah.
must be an angel like visiting me from heaven. I never see this.
Grandpa?
Yeah, like, but there it's like, oh wow, like the angels really are into me here. Like there's so many
Our
angels.
ancestors freaking love this place.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool
just
birds.
like
there was a mated pair of ospreys that lived in a dead tree by our house, and like I would walk. One time I was walking the dogs, and one felt like an airplane crashing. Like they're really big birds. It like dived into the water, and then it emerged. It was like the most
just like seeing
thing
a
I've
great
ever
blue
seen.
heron.
Oh my gosh!
Just standing in the water, pecking around, finding a frog.
We saw one eat a bunny.
Grab it in its talons and fly away. It's just like a semi-normal thing to see in Florida.
Yeah, a manatee popping its head up. Just like there's so many freaking lizards everywhere. Lizards don't scare me, so it was always like, oh my gosh. Like,
they're so fast and they
there's
jump.
so many. Violet found like a little larva in the dirt once and like brought it over to me, and I like flipped it into the wood chips, and within 3 seconds,
a lizard
came and ate it.
Tons of
It's just
lizards.
like,
I had no.
It was like Kratz creatures every day.
It's like they're like ants.
Yeah, if
they'd be in our house every once in a while.
Our neighborhood that we were moving to, we were gonna move to, had even more creatures. Like it was kind of more in a wooded area, and we saw snapping like kind of scary creatures, but it was fun. Snapping turtles, soft shell turtle things.
It was gonna be right
so
next
many
to
alligators.
Lake Apopka, where we were building our house.
So like a armadillo every day, just chilling. Sandhill cranes, eagles. They're bald eagles that live there.
There's a bald eagle nest in a tree like right down the road
Yeah,
from our house.
ospreys. So many hawks. Had a lot of moments with hawks where I just stood
Falcons.
there. Falcons.
So cool. We just walk by a tree and we look up and we see a peregrine falcon just tearing apart a baby bird.
It was just like National
and all these other birds are
Geographic.
like swooping around it, and it doesn't.
And I also
give a
will
crap.
say, I don't know if it's just because of where we lived, but I grew up in Georgia, and I was traumatized by the bugs there, the spiders, the yellow jackets, the fire ants. And then I moved to Utah, and it was like, oh my gosh, like I can exist in the world and not be afraid of bugs. And the thought of moving back to the East Coast, like my Georgia brain was like, oh, you thought Georgia was bad. Like Florida's more south. Like there's going to be more bugs. It's going to be wild.
That's what everybody
there.
said to us.
And we had zero bug issues, like zero. And I know like our neighborhood probably sprayed for mosquitoes.
Maybe they just
The mosquitoes came out.
pest controlled the crap out of that place, but it was just not that
Like
big
once
of an
the
issue.
sun went down, the mosquitoes were out. But during the day,
Hardly though.
it was not an issue. Spiders? Like I thought Georgia, if you go to where I grew up in Georgia, North Georgia, like I used to walk around with a stick, like just down the sidewalk, like shaking a stick all around me to catch the spider webs. Because if you didn't, you would walk through spider webs constantly. And it was not that way there. And it was shocking to me.
It really wasn't. It was way less of an issue than I thought it would
that the
be.
lizards, there's so many, they have as many lizards as Georgia has ants. And
Yeah.
I think they're just eating everything constantly.
But they're all pretty small, and I think the birds keep them from growing too much. Here in St. George, there's like some fatter, bigger
hunkers.
lizards. I think there's the ecosystem of Florida is
The
just
circle of life.
alive
It's
and well.
magical.
It's all just doing its thing, and it's sad to see how much. It's sad to see how much construction is happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Just ripping out.
We
huge
felt bad for being
plots
there.
of trees
We saw a blue,
and just putting up apartments everywhere.
we saw a great blue heron get hit by a semi truck flying over the highway, and
That
it
was a
felt like
very
it was-
particular moment where we're like, humans
people are
suck.
the worst.
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't be here. It's too.
Why are we ruining the ecosystem
It's
of
too
Florida?
natural. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a moment
There's
where
too
it
many
was
animals
sad.
left here. Like we should all leave together.
It's really sad to see that. Jeez.
Oh, I don't know if we're being clear. It was beautiful.
This was we're talking about
Sometimes
the
it smelled
the
kind
honeymoon
of swampy.
phase of Florida. Things
Like
we
I
liked
found
about Florida.
myself missing the smell of the air. Nothing to like move back.
No.
I think we to like keep this moving. Like always missed. It felt like we had left something. We had.
Are we moving on to when the honeymoon phase ended?
I don't know if it ended. I think I don't know if you would have ever come back without me.
I was a little more let's like stick it out and build a new life
I just
here than you, but I was still definitely had things I
There
missed
were,
about
like,
Utah and the West and
like
stuff like that.
2 or 3 big moments where I was like, what have I done? I had a lot of moments where I was like, I think it was better. in the beginning, like the first 6 months, like James got onto a gymnastics team and we made some friends fast. And I felt like it
Made
was
some good friends.
really good. Like our family was doing really good. George was like, we found like a really great homeschool co-op, and like it was really hard on George, the move, our oldest. Like he was it was like, I didn't think it would impact him as much as it did. Just like, he's just kind of like a sensitive, like homeboy. He reminds me a lot of me as a kid, where it's like really hard to like
very routine,
feel comfortable, very routine. And like, but once you're comfortable and once you're like in your groove, you kind of blossom. And it felt a lot like with him, we kind of like, his like petals closed up, he unblossomed and was just kind of like trying to figure it out. And that was hard to watch. But I always knew like he would, like, we would be settled. Like once we were settled, we would be settled. I think I felt for a little bit like this was the best thing for our family. This was the best thing for our kids, but it probably wasn't the best thing for me. Like just me. I loved the weather. I just like I didn't realize how much I would miss, like, I would just like miss the people. Or I also didn't know this. You didn't
know how much you would love Utah.
I didn't know I loved Utah as much as I loved Utah, especially like me. Like a tenet of my personality for the last 10 years has been, I'm an East Coast girl. Like I grew up in Georgia. If Dallin would ever,
I'm better than all these
if
Utahns.
Dallin would ever move back, if move there, I would leave in a second. Like that was like the thing I said in my brain so much. I believed it. And I did. Dallin was like, I want to move to Florida. And I was like, say less. Yes. I've always said, if you want to go to the East Coast, I'll go in a second because I like it there better. And then I moved there and I don't not like it. It was just like, I missed all the restaurants in Utah are not there. And I miss the food and just like how the grocery stores are. Like Utah grocery stores prioritize the bakery. They prioritize.
Publix is pretty great.
They don't prioritize the bakery like Utah
Harmon's,
does. Lynn's has a freaking
Lynn's, Smith's,
the fresh donuts, like the bakery, like they're making that all in house.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna be like, we actually don't. Like someone who works there is gonna be like, actually, we don't. I don't know.
Maybe it's just our Publix. I don't know.
Missed all
maybe
the parks are so extra here. I miss those. I missed like, this is gonna sound dumb, but like, I've been here for so long. Like I grew up Mormon. A lot of the people here are Mormon or were Mormon, or like it felt like here I can like, I just kind of like know who a person is.
It's
like
a culture.
I just, like,
you've been used to for 10 years.
I just like know how to relate to people, and like I know how to like joke with people. This sounds more dramatic than it is. It was just like tiny little like things,
just different culture.
Like just commonality. We all have these commonalities here, being from Utah or having family from Utah or going to BYU or like coming to Utah because of school and then marrying your husband here. I feel like going there, I was just like, it was like different. It was just like a little bit harder to make friends or to like, I don't know, like just not talk to people. Like it was easy to talk to people. It was just kind of like, I don't know. It was just like different, and I missed that, and I didn't think I would, and it feels so basic to say that. I thought I was like, I want to be the bucket list family and like travel the world and like have friends everywhere and like have a friend in Kenya and like Iraq and Uzbekistan and like
let's go to Iraq.
Go visit my friends in like I thought I was, and like I'll just like learn the culture everywhere. And I love that. And I just like,
I've been meaning to tell you, I want to move to Kuwait.
This is probably like offensive somehow, but I just learned that I don't know. I like that feeling of feeling like maybe we're not family, but we're all like, we all have like all of these things in common and all these threads that are connecting us because of our shared like story and basically ancestry for the most part. Like it's really hard to make like a polygamous joke in Florida. No one understands it. No,
Mormons are good, clean family fun.
And I'm not saying that Floridians aren't, like they are. I just like feel like I fit in here somehow, and it might all be in my head. But I know some people like long for more and they long for differences, and I realized how much I like that feeling of like like, I'm just a Utah girl. Just like my water cups, and I like lots of different things to put in my water cups.
Swig, and I like Costa Vida,
and
I like crumble cookies.
I like all the fun fast food places that make variations of salads and toast. And I
lots
like
of those J-Dogs.
Yeah, and I like the parks.
J-Dogs.
And I like, I don't know, being a dork about the mountains, being like, I can't ever believe living far away from these.
Did miss the mountains. Yeah, some things for me that were like, oh, or a little like how busy it was. Everybody told us, oh man, Florida's super busy, super crowded, lots of people. I guess I just didn't realize until I moved there, like, dang.
We used to think it was
really
trafficy here sometimes, and now I'll call down and I'll be like, I'm in the traffic. It's nothing compared to like anything.
Yeah, well, St. George is a very small town compared to any major city.
We used to complain about it sometimes. Like,
yeah,
now I'm in it, and I'm like, this is the cutest little traffic ever.
Yeah, cutest
like,
little
be
traffic.
there in 10 minutes.
Man, Florida traffic can get pretty bad, and lots of construction always everywhere. I-4, we didn't drive there much. We never needed to, but the few times we did just made me hate everything. I literally saw so many cars on fire. I did not realize how many cars on fire I would see.
Yeah.
Whether from just overheating or towing or just trailers flipped over, or I saw a car miss a turn. Maybe it was a tourist that was trying to exit or whatever. They literally flipped front over back and just had this major crash right in front of me. I was just like, it's just a zoo.
Yeah.
I-4, that was nuts. And everything that people say about it is not exaggerated at all. So that was one thing that was like
I don't think it would have ever made us move. I think I got by like 10 months in, I was starting to feel overwhelmed by, like, I think what the kids had been feeling by the Disney crowds.
Yeah. So it wasn't any one major thing, I'd say. I don't know. I definitely had moments where like we came out to visit and then flying back, I'm like, is this
yes. Okay.
worth?
So there were the key moments where we were like, wait, what's going on in our life?
Yeah.
Like when we were there, we didn't think about it as much, but
we came back for a family camp and visited some family and friends.
And that was a bad idea.
And then flying
we
back,
shouldn't have come back.
I just had this moment like, I feel like I'm leaving home and going, I don't know,
back to vacation.
And we totally could have given it a few more years and Florida would have become more of that home feeling. I understand it takes time no matter where you live for that feeling to, even here, it took like a year at least for it to feel like home. But just, I don't know. We just decided it wasn't that we disliked anything a ton enough to move back. It was just that we just felt like this was the place to have home base. And I still want to vacation there a lot.
I think
and I think Orlando, this is just a personal opinion, is best as a vacation. Dive into it for 5 solid days. Shoot, 10 solid days.
I don't know. I think
figure
you would
out
still
your
live
budget.
there.
And
if you weren't married to me, I think you would have been happy there forever.
I would love to have, I mean, a perfect world, I would have a house here and there. Spend time here with family and friends in mountains and winter and snow.
Disney Vacation
And then Disney Vacation Club.
Welcome
Which brings us to our sponsor today. So yeah, perfect world. I would have a house here and a house there, probably.
Should we talk about when? Okay, so it was mostly great. Like everyone's like, what happened? And it was mostly great. I think for me, it was just this slow, like, I think I just like realized things about myself that I already knew. I just didn't.
We both learned a lot about ourselves and it was really good for us in that way.
I just didn't listen to those things about myself. I think I learned that I need to say, like, to like advocate for me. Like when you told me you wanted to move to Florida, I was like, well, if you want to go, then we have to go. Like, I don't want to stay here if you don't want to be here. Like that was my reasoning in my head. Where like
also I think remnants of old East Coast Ashley was like, well, I've always said if he wants to move the East Coast, like, then I would. So I feel like I have to.
Like a thing I do is I downplay me and upplay you and the kids. So it was like, yes, I'm leaving friends who I love, but I'll get over it. Like I'll make new friends. Like minimizing the things that would be hard for me, or like, yeah, I love my garden, but like I can love other things, or like that. And I think me just being like, I think I need to move back, was me being like, just because it might be like better for you and James and Violet or whatever, like it's not better for me. I felt like I had this night where I was like, I think leaving my friends is like the loss of my life.
Yeah.
I think and like I never thought I would be like I always dreamed of friends, and it's always been like so hard for me to make them. And then we moved here and it was just like this magical friend thing. And I think because it was so good, I kind of was like, oh, like I can have this anywhere. And I think I could. And I made like the best friend out in Florida. And she's like the loss of my life now. But like leaving a friend group of like 6 to 7 really good friends. I don't think you know like how much that plays into like, I don't know, I'm crying. I have like buried trauma. No, like I didn't realize how much joy that was adding to my life, or like happiness, or like how big of a thing that was for me. I think when you have it, you're like, oh, it's so great and I love them. But I just realized how like important that is.
You took it for granted.
I like downplayed. Yeah. I didn't realize, like I realized like I loved them, but I didn't realize what a hit it would be.
Yeah.
And it was the worst to realize it and
2,300 miles away.
And be like, oh my gosh, like we're on a trajectory. And I knew I could have it again. I just like decided one day, I was like, I don't want to like replace them, I guess. I don't know. But it felt like it would never happen. I just kind of realized like, oh, I think this is going to be like a regret that I have. Like, not that it would make me unhappy my whole life. It was just like, I realized I think this might be like a lifelong regret.
Yeah.
Where I look back and I'm like, remember that one time you had like 10 really good friends and you had like a social life for the first time ever, and then you moved away? Like, not that I wasn't going to be happy. It was just like, I realized I'll always look back on that and be like kind of how you look back on college and be like, wow, like that was so great. So I had that realization. Then we went to Utah. We should have never gone.
I mean, it was inevitable.
It's like when you're at college and you go back for Christmas break your freshman year and you're like, I want to stay home forever.
Yeah.
I think we kind of had that feeling where I was like, oh, I'm like around my people and my food and my breads and all the drinks, and like everyone values friends. Leggings and hydro jugs just as much as me.
Our camera stopped recording.
There was no perfect, it's all pros answer. Yeah. And I hate those decisions. I do think though it was really good for me and Dallin.
It was really, really good for us. It was like family camp for a year.
It was.
Disney a very expensive family camp.
I just like to imagine that there's other families out there who move somewhere for a year. My parents did it once.
A lot of people actually messaged us and said, hey, we did that too. We got Wanderlust. We thought we wanted to, and then we moved back after a year. A lot of people messaged us and said that.
It's like, I have like life regrets where it's like, now I'm not going to drive up to Georgia every month. And
yeah,
there's just, it feels like we have these two lives and we like really made the Florida life good. Like we like set it up, and now
we still have a house
deciding
there.
like that we're here now, it feels like there's the Dallin and Ashley Florida life is still out there, and we could just like,
it's weird,
hop back over there and be in it and like
the ghost forever. Of Florida past is still lingering there, and a house that we built that isn't sold yet. It just went on the market like a few days ago.
Anyways, I think it was really good for our marriage.
It really was. A lot of quality time. A lot of quality time together.
Having like this like having kids is hard. Having babies is hard. We've said it before, like every time you have a baby, I feel like it kind of like rattles the family. You have to like figure out how to exist again all together, because like when you add a kid, like other kids don't get as much attention, and then your spouse doesn't get as much attention, and then I'm just like broken and experiencing postpartum hell for like a year and a half. And it just like, it's really hard to do that. And we did it 3 times. And then like building like a social media thing it takes a lot of like, I don't want to make it feel like our job is so hard, but like it takes a lot of like putting the business and like making sure you're recording and getting things out, putting that before like a lot of things. And I think with any company or business, like that's how you grow it. You prioritize it kind of at a cost, like to your probably your personal happiness or your privacy or like your time together or like what kind of time you're having together, whether it's like
is it fully focused time or are we half living, half
just
filming?
like stress levels, like always like social media is stressful, like always feeling like there's like 70 million people who are better at this than me, and like is anyone gonna want to like have us do a brand deal next month, or like what can we do to get more eyes, and then like also what can we do to not ruin our family by doing this? And it's like stressful, and like Dallin and I working together all the time through it all is like we're really good at working together. I feel like we've gotten really good at it, but we also are like, it's not like the best thing for a marriage to work together.
I would agree.
But it's also a really good thing because you're so connected and you've built this thing together. Yeah. It's just hard. There's just like hard. And it was really fun to have a place to go have fun every night.
It's hard to have work at
a place
home.
that like me and Dallin love. Like even when our kids started being like, not again, it was like still so like they say that about everything. Like if I'm like, hey kids, you want to go like to the beach, they're like, no, we just want to watch a show. Like, when's iPad time, Mom? Like, they don't love anything. They just love their life revolves around when it's iPad time, which is not that much.
Lessons learned for me moving to Florida. I learned. I guess I came to know myself better. Like when you move to a new place away from all these people's expectations of you that you've had either real expectations or that you've built in your head for your whole life living there. It was really refreshing and freeing to move to an entirely new place where you don't know anybody.
I think,
and just like, what?
Oh, I think like making those big decisions like reminds you that you're alive and in charge of your life. Like coming back here, I feel like a totally different person. Totally. Like just like more in my body. I just feel
like more
like I'm not
more in my body, more like an agent of my own life rather than
like part of a system or like part of a just on a conveyor belt of life. Like I feel it reminds you like you can change whatever you want to change. Like everything that's in your life is in your life because you're choosing it.
Yeah, for whatever reason I developed skills of being a chameleon of, whoever I'm around to like fit in or be accepted or whatever, and that can build up a lot of stress in your head, especially when friend groups collide or whatever, or family or friends collide.
Dallin thrived in ways I didn't think he would thrive.
I thrived being in a place where I don't know anybody. It was very freeing for my brain personally to just
and I don't think you knew it would be
stress-free.
I thought I would be that girl because you've always been the one who's like, I cannot leave Utah. Like everyone I know and love is
because
here.
of everybody's expectations of me.
But then like
once I finally
we left Utah and I crumpled and was literally like, I left everyone I love.
I had a year of
like
coming to Dallin. I came to Dallin in that year, and then I realized like, oh, okay, I do want to be close to like, mountains and my hobbies and family and friends, but coming back as a Dallin that I've come to know better and love rather than just like,
I think though,
I don't know. I just feel like I am more me after a year of living in a totally new place away from everything and everybody that you've known your whole life. And I think it's a healthy thing for if anybody else is kind of like that, like a people pleaser type person growing up, at least tendencies if you had those, it's really go and live somewhere by yourself for a while.
Yeah, you were almost, when I was like, are you okay moving back? And you were like, yeah, I'm excited, but I'm kind of afraid to like be around everyone again. Like just you, like it's easier for you to be just you and to like make choices for you.
Well, as we've seen people again, it's just been refreshing to become as more just totally myself rather than, worrying about pleasing people.
Yeah.
So that was what was really good for me. It's really good. Thank you, Florida, for that.
Yeah.
Sweet. Any other
like,
lessons
probably-
learned from our year? What?
Okay, so we weren't considering moving until when did we go to the beach?
I guess the big kicker, one that opened the door.
September.
Are you talking about when our home was going to take a little bit longer?
I think it was literally like September, where we had come back from family camp and we had heard from our builder it was going to take longer, and we were for the home, which is fine,
usually to be expected
normal.
with any home.
We just, our rental had was switching management or ownership. It's complicated, and like we just weren't for sure that we were going to be able to go month to month when our lease was up. And so
we were going to have to move somewhere else for a few months and then move into our new house. And it was getting really complicated. And it opened the door, or it allowed us to
we
ask ourselves.
We were stressing about that and talking about that and being like, that's really going to suck. Do we put stuff in storage? Like do an Airbnb? Like what, do we move everything into a rental? Do we
ask our builder if we can use the garage?
How does this work? Yeah. And
I don't know.
There was just like this moment where I was like, we could move back.
Yeah.
And Dylan was like, yeah. And I was like, would you? And it was kind of like, would you? And I was kind of like, I might. And Dylan was like, maybe. And then I was like, let's look on Zillow. Like, wouldn't that be stupid and funny? Like,
we see this house right away and it's like perfect. And it has things that the Florida house wasn't going to have that we loved. And we were like, dang, wouldn't that be crazy if we moved back? And then we just pretty quickly were like, I think we are.
We were like, let's just call a realtor and have him walk through it. And he did. And we were like, let's just
put a little down payment on it.
Put in an offer.
Let's just at least put an offer. And then we have our due diligence period.
I don't know. Like, there's just moments for me in my life where like there's like what you're trying to do and it feels really hard, and like you switch plans, or like something else comes up and you go that way, and it's just like dominoes, like boom, 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 boom. And it just kind of like feels like a weight is lifted off or something. That's how it felt for me. Like, it started out kind of like, let's just see. And then it was like, I love this house. Like, it's perfect. It would be like going back to our old life. It's like that song, like, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
Literally like paved paradise. That's like literally
Florida is paving paradise right now and putting up parking lots.
But that's just how it felt, and I don't know how to explain it. And the closure has been just the best feeling ever for me. I can't speak for Dallin. I think he has I think he moved back a lot for me. I think there was like enough for him, and that I
have my own reasons too. But I do miss.
I think Dallin would.
I feel like the lessons I took from moving across the country and living with yourself for a year, and bringing those back in a very healthy way. And I still think for that, as a recovering people pleaser or whatever,
literally never seen you happier than you were in Florida. So
it was a big weight off my shoulders. It was very freeing.
If I were a better wife, I would have stayed.
Nah.
I wish
there were things that were, not as great too.
There's things everywhere, and I think,
I care like. One of the big things I learned was no matter, even if you're living next to freaking Disney World, like ultimate vacation kingdom of Earth, you are still spending most of your time at home with your family and with friends. There came a point where I just was like, I think this is better as a vacation place. I really did have that thought. And I remember when I had it, it was sliding down a water slide at Blizzard Beach. I was sliding down a water slide at Blizzard Beach, and I'm just like sitting there on an inner tube by myself alone in Florida. And I just have this thought like, is this worth it? And I just had that. It was a weird feeling.
Experience.
beautiful 80-degree
Were
day.
you with the kids
No
or just
crowds.
by yourself?
Well, it was a tube single person tube slide. And I'm
We
getting all
love Blizzard Beach
introspected
so much.
going down a water slide. And I just feel like I could have, the home base of everything we love about
Yeah.
here, and, Utah and the mountains, family here, friends here, and also still go back and visit. Like, we love Disney. I love Universal. Ashley loves Harry Potter part of Universal. I like
Epic Universe. I have nothing bad to say
Epic
about
Universe
Epic
is
Universe.
amazing.
I
Love Epic Universe.
think there's been a lot of attention paid to Epic Universe and a lot of attention not paid to a lot of the other Universal areas. That's like
What do you mean?
I just feel like Epic Universe is
like
perfect.
budget wise and maintenance wise,
Yeah, and like paint wise.
No,
and
Harry Potter,
Like the
Diagon Alley is
unicorn-
definitely keeping Universal Orlando Resort alive.
The unicorn in that really good roller coaster, Hagrid's Escape or something. What's it called? Hagrid's Motorbike Express. What is that ride called?
Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure.
Is that what it's called?
Is it Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure?
It's the Hagrid's Motorbike roller coaster.
Yeah,
Like that
people
is
just call it Hagrid's.
It's such a great ride, and like as you're ending, it's like there's a unicorn, and that unicorn has needed a new unicorn suit
Oh, Obi.
for a long time.
It's a unicorn.
It needs a lot of love.
And look at that. She's a mum.
And I think that's Universal. I also think Universal is for like thrill seekers, and I'm like it's a
Velocicoaster is the best thing that I've ever done.
I don't care. I'm like, whatever. Like, I'll stay with the kids. Like, I'm
I
volunteering.
love Velocicoaster
The thrill
so
seekers, Universal is your land. But like for people who are like, I want to go on the Peter Pan ride first, like me, or like
there are times when you're feeling like I'm more of a Universal
Or,
vibe
like,
today.
my favorite
I'm
ride
gonna
at
go to Universal,
Disneyland.
or I'm feeling a little nostalgic. I'm feeling a little
Yeah, like,
magical. I
if
want to
your
go over
favorite
to
ride
Disney
is the
today.
canoes at Disneyland, like Universal is not
I love
your
the canoes.
place.
That's a classic. Riding in an actual canoe around
I
the
know,
rivers
but,
of
like,
America, it's great.
Like that's like not gonna happen. Like if that's
That was another thing about moving back. Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
no, I've cut you off so many
Disneyland
times.
being more in the realm of possibility of a easy, quick vacation again. I was really excited.
We never felt like we were leaving. Like we did leave Disney. We're not 20 minutes away.
We can't.
But
Yeah,
we are proud pass holding members of Disneyland.
we love it there. Yeah.
And we're going this week, and we're just gonna really try. We're so dumb. We're like the most.
It's a fun escape, okay?
Us before we
People
move,
have
we're like,
multiple
if
escapes.
we move, we really need to
theme parks
prioritize.
are a great escape for us.
We're gonna
We love it.
prioritize Disneyland in our life and make sure we're getting out there.
No, I just love the whole vision of why Walt started it in the first place. It's bigger than just like any one ride. It's just I love the vibes
Another
of
thing that
going there.
happened.
What?
After family camp, I went up to Idaho.
Yeah.
And I went to the rodeo, and I was just like, our kids thrived. Like they were like
Playing in dirt.
playing outside, running through the grass, like at the rodeo. Like it was just like small
Not being
town.
afraid to get near bodies of
It was
water.
just like small town, and I freaking love small town, and I love everyone thinks we hate Orlando and Disney World, and I don't. Like I truly like love that place. I love the friends we made there. It's so beautiful. I do love like the Disney bubble more than outside of the Disney bubble, but like downtown Windermere and downtown Winter Garden, like the beautiful like live oak trees, like there was a lot to love. I just think we didn't realize how much the community we had like meant to us, and like how much I loved like the first thing we did when we came back is take the kids to this like bridge over a river, and we just like put our camping chairs out in the mud and like let them play in the river for 3 hours.
Remember when you said it seemed like everything's falling into place moving back here?
Yeah, and it just
Our realtor just texted and said, we had a great showing this morning and the buyers have given us a verbal offer and want to start the conversation about buying it.
What does that mean? What's the conversation?
I don't know. But
People in Florida like just like
like
in Utah when
happening.
we've sold houses, they've never been like, it's just like, here's the offer.
no, just
Well, that's great. Yeah, moving back, it just feels like I don't know if it's like a spiritual thing or like a cosmos or like this is what we were supposed to do, but like it never felt wrong to move to Florida. It just felt hard. And maybe it's just because we're from here and everything's familiar to us here and like we know the shortcut, we know it, like we just know it so well. But it just felt like as soon as we like made the decision,
just everything,
which was
fell
a
into
very
place.
like I lost like 4 pounds. Like I am a stress starver. We were so stressed out. Like as soon as it entered our minds, like we might be changing plans, it was just like 4 days of absolute like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you going to be happy if we move back? Are we going to hate ourselves if we move back? Is everyone going to think we're dumb if we move back? Do we even want to move back? Do we just need to go like visit for Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
But like as soon as we decided, it was like we found the perfect house. We found like they accepted our offer. They like our kids got into the co-op. Our kids found the sports, like everything. It was just like so fast and so easy.
It's one of those things where it felt like the universe was pushing us in a certain direction.
Where like going there, it was like me and Dallin like pulling the hand cart like, up the hill, like we're gonna make this happen.
Going to Florida, it felt like the universe was like, if you want to,
but like we're not helping you. And we did it, and it was fine. But
it really
like,
did feel like that.
Moving back, it just felt like, you know, like what the Blizzard Beach metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Walking up the stairs to the highest water slide. That's what like getting out there felt. But coming back, it was just like the green light on the water slide shows up and you just get on and like you cruise.
Beautiful. What a beautiful Blizzard Beach metaphor.
Well, thank you. Family
Let's
slide.
keep using those. Okay, rapid fire Q&A. A lot of people are asking if Park Bench Travel is still going to continue.
Yes.
Yes, it is. And I have a lot of content I haven't even posted yet. So I need to like do like one day a week where I edit all that and schedule it or something. And then I'm still going to be traveling for Park Bench Travel to Disneyland and Disney World and creating a lot more content because it was really fun for me.
The cat loops in here. One of my theories of why, because Dallin completely decided on this cat and like brought this cat into our family.
I'm hunkering Ashley down and giving her
one of my theories is that
so I can leave more often.
Yeah, it was like a replacement for him.
Which was your favorite Disney park?
I love Magic Kingdom. I just can't do, it's really hard to get there. If you're on vacation staying at the park,
hop on the monorail, hop
on the bus, it's easy.
Boat, whatever.
And it's not that hard, but like you can park at the front gates of Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom.
Local complaints here about how hard it is to get to Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom's also a lot busier all the time.
It is, yeah. And people feel stuck out there, so they stay longer maybe.
My favorite park is
Animal Kingdom, right? Or would it be Hollywood? Or Epcot? List all of them.
Hollywood was like the late bloomer for me.
Hollywood was a pleasant surprise.
I was like loving on Hollywood. I love Epcot, like living with the land. I could ride that. I'm just always like the chance to see a dragon fruit in bloom is like
it's beautiful.
It's right up there with seeing a manatee.
Where's the hidden Mickey going to be this time?
Yeah, like what? Where's the hidden Mickey in the shrimp tank?
Yeah.
I love the vibes of Epcot are very like naturey and. The streets are so wide.
You get a little bit of everything at Epcot.
I love Epcot, and I don't like Animal Kingdom. I love that park, but I think Epcot's probably my favorite park.
Oh,
and then I love the animal safari ride though.
Yeah,
like I would ride that ride 2 times every day for the rest of my life. Like I could continually ride that ride all day. And it has all the emotions for me, you know, like I get angry at the fake tree that I thought was real my whole life. It has, you know, like the emotions go up there, and then you see a hippopotamus next to a pink-backed pelican, and you never know what pothole you're gonna hit, and you never know what jokes they're gonna tell. Are you gonna get more of like a science-y tour guide or more of a jokey one? And like the lions and the baby giraffe there is no greater feeling than driving through the giraffe field.
Yeah,
it's
great.
Like
that one time when the cattle stopped in front of us.
I know
Andouille cattle.
All of our kids
Isn't it like Andouille?
It was not named for the Watusi tribe. I thought they don't eat them. They're just a symbol of like wealth.
Cattle. Andouille.
It's not Andouille.
Cattle.
It's Watusi.
Ancoli cattle.
Ancoli.
Watusi. Ancoli Watusi. Yeah.
Do they say?
The full name is the Ancoli Watusi, but they would say Ancoli cattle. Yeah, he came and stopped right in front of our bus. It was like honestly 8 minutes maybe. He wouldn't move.
The rhinos like stopped.
Love when the rhinos run by. That was really cool. My favorite Disney park. This is hard. Hard one.
This is Disney is like Dallin's hometown, and Walt Disney is like an ancestor. He's like our common ancestor at Dallin's.
The grandpa that I never had.
Except you did have grandpas.
And that's not what I'm saying.
He's just
I wish he was like my third grandpa.
Another grandpa that you never had.
Yeah. It's like I feel like I should say Magic Kingdom.
Right. There you go again into people pleasing. What is it actually? I think your favorite ride is your favorite park is actually
Guardians of the Galaxy has to probably
Hollywood
be my
Studios.
favorite ride. Hollywood Studios.
I think you love Hollywood Studios.
I really did come to love Hollywood Studios. But I think Epcot, I'm going to say Animal Kingdom / Epcot Magic Kingdom with a side of Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. Let's not even get into the water parks.
So fun.
Fun. I will say this though, like, you know, when you go to Disney World and you're like, you feel sad leaving because it's like you didn't get enough.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't ever want to go back, but I feel like I got to that place where I was like, yeah, I've had the amount that is enough.
I never thought I would know my way around Disney property, like driving.
Yeah.
Whenever we went and took a bus or an Uber, it's like, this is a ginormous maze. It's cool that I know my way around
like a cat
Disney property. Yeah. Did Daily Drips survive the move to Florida and back? Yes, it really did. It's actually thriving better than I thought it would. And I'm reordering all the drinks and creating hydration sticks and clear protein. They've all been approved. We're we're making Moon Dust taste even better now, working on that. And gonna have a huge order of new products soon, and it's really, really exciting. It's fun growing a business, like a traditional product business.
I feel like there were so many like little reasons that it was good to come back. Daily Drips was one of them.
It's where like headquartered here.
You have like you're working with some people now, and it's gonna be like nice for you to be able to drive out to Salt Lake and see them and like see the product. That was another little reason. Not like a big one. Like none of them were like, this is the reason we're moving, but. There was just a lot, and it just, for me, it just felt like peaceful, the idea of moving back.
Yeah. Okay. Any other like big questions that people were asking that you feel like we haven't answered?
I don't know if we've answered any.
I think we did.
I could say this. I think, oh wait, I forgot what I was going to say.
All right.
Oh, I think when we first moved, it was like so exciting and intoxicating, the idea of like starting over. And then like I think I just decided I didn't want to start over. I think that's like really what it was. I just, in the process of starting over, I realized I didn't want to start over, which is dumb.
Which is healthy. I think it's good.
It's like good, but like saying it feels dumb.
It makes us appreciate what we have.
It's been really fun to come back. Everyone here, like,
feels like we just took a gap year.
Anytime I like step out of my car, I hear someone from like across the parking lot, or like we went to the farm, or like the children's museum. Just walking down the street, people are just like, "Welcome home, Dashley's."
Yeah,
that's been really cute.
Yeah, it's been fun. In closing, I would just say like, it wasn't that Florida wasn't the right fit. It was just that we weren't the right fit for Florida.
Well, it's really just like I decided I didn't want to start
Florida
over.
served us so well, and it was awesome to spend a year there. And feels like we're just coming home better people, more like healthy people, more grateful for what we have, more settled in our
just like knowing
in our house.
I feel like for the first time in my life, like I'm not just living where I'm living because it worked. It was the easiest choice, or because it's just like where I ended up, like, oh yeah, I just married a guy from Utah and he just likes it here, so I guess I'm here.
Yeah, like
that's always kind of been my vibe. I feel like that's what we did for Florida too. Like we chose Florida, and then like the luxury of choosing somewhere instead of it being like, yeah, we just ended up here. It feels very like I guess like the opposite of being like a victim of your circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Like yeah, cool.
My attitude is different, where it's like, oh, like I chose to be here. Like I chose more than I've ever chosen before, like full well knowing what I was leaving and what I was coming back to. Like I chose to be here. I chose to raise my kids here. Like it's not just this place that I ended up. I chose this.
Which I think is really healthy for your brain.
Well, I've never felt
for
that.
Anyone's brain.
Well, I felt that in Florida. Like we chose Florida.
People hate feeling stuck.
But Florida was still like kind of an unknown. So to choose to come back, like it's the first time in our adult life, I feel like, where we were like, we know exactly what we're buying into and we know exactly what we're not, but like what we're giving up. And we're like able to very like concretely like weigh the cost, and we're choosing this. Like it's not like an unknown. Like we know what we're not choosing and we know what we are choosing.
Yeah.
And before we didn't know that, it was like, what else is out there? And like, it feels dumb saying that too, because it's like, all we did was go to Orlando. We didn't like travel the world. We walked around the world a couple times.
We're world travelers.
We ate around the world. We saw the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, we walked around World Showcase plenty of times.
But it's
we
like,
visited other parts of Florida.
I feel like people who have actually done like really incredible things, like traveled the world or like gone on a mission trip or like done humanitarian work, they like come back and say these words, and all we did was go to Disney World for a year.
I learned so many lessons.
We learned so much about ourselves.
Oh my gosh.
I said that to Dell and I was like, it feels like we went on a mission to Disney World.
We did. We served a
just
mission.
for ourselves, not for anyone else.
A personal mission. A mission we chose to do.
Yeah.
Florida, we love you. Thanks for the memories. Utah, thanks for having us back.
Also, we're coming back to Florida. Cruise Ashley is not dead. Cruise Ashley will reign supreme come January, February.
When airplane flights aren't part of the budget for a cruise, they become much more affordable.
Yeah.
And that was really fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the cruise that we had booked for February just became a lot more expensive.
Yeah. We just have it all. It's just harder for some things like Disney. But it's still gonna happen. Dallin, I am.
No, yeah, for real.
I am kicking Dallin out of.
It's an ongoing thing for me personally to get out of the house and be alone every once in a while.
I'm kicking him out of the nest. He's not allowed to stay here. He has to go to Disney once a month for the people.
Doesn't have to be Disney. Maybe I'll go on like a ski trip or mountain bike trip to Whistler or something like that.
It's gonna be.
More often than not, it'll probably be Disneyland.
We love Disney. We're
World.
proud Disney lovers.
Sweet. I think we have patio furniture being delivered right now.
Okay.
Send us any more questions and questions for the next podcast. We love you. Bye.